Good evening, my name's Cameron MacDonald and welcome to Whisky Without the Guff episode 14. Tonight we're leaving Islay behind and we're going over to the mainland, and I'll show you what we're going to drink for just a minute, but in the meantime let me show you where we're going to be. So I'll move this over here first. So the first place we're going is Oban. Beautiful little bay there. Urge you to go if you're ever visiting Scotland. Then we're going to go over to Deanston, and then move this down a bit so you can see it. We're going to go up to Speyside, to Cardew, which is right about the middle of Speyside, and then we're going up the coast to Clynelish here. Hopefully you can see that. So that's the plan. And here's what we're going to be drinking. We're going to start in Oban with an 18-year-old. Now this is quite unusual because Oban's standard product is a 14. Nice, clean, honest dram, good drink. This 18-year-old I think is only sold in the United States for some reason. Oban's a beautiful place. The distillery is a lovely distillery. It's also a very friendly. The staff are very friendly. They're very funny. Urge you to go there if you're in Oban. It's a nice wee Scottish place. It's the gateway to the Isles. You see lots of ferries go out through the Sound of Mull, go on to various islands, and you can take one if you've got time and everything. It's beautiful out there on the islands. Next one is Deanston. Now I've never tasted Deanston, but it'll be an interesting experience. Deanston is a 15-year-old. The Cardew, unique shaped bottle. Cardew is a 12-year-old, and finally Clynelish. Clynelish is a 14-year-old. In terms of alcohol by volume, the Oban is 43, the Deanston is 46.3, Cardew is 40, and the Clynelish is 46. So the alcohol is here and here, so if you've got an interest in such things. We have Steve and Stu here, and I told you about the whiskies already. So we're going to cover a 12-year-old, a 14, a 15 and an 18, so it should be quite decent selection. So we are going to start with number one, which is the Oban 18. Aha.
Oh, that's nice, just a sniff.
Yeah, it's funny, I was thinking that. I've often said I could spend my time just smelling whiskey, to me it's like perfume.
I guess it's better than smelling hair or something, right?
Oh, I have to say that's very nice.
Did you taste it?
No, I did. I think I'll taste it again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I always think of Oban as being like the Glenmorangie distillery. They produce a very clean, it's an honest kind of whiskey. And it's a beautiful distillery. If you go into the Oban distillery, I said this in the introduction, but I'll tell you guys too, is the people that show you around have a very good sense of humour, and it's a sort of folksy. It's a small distillery because you got these cliffs and it's right on the seafront, so there's nowhere for them to expand really. So, but it's a very nice experience going in there. So it's worth a visit. Nice drink too.
That's a very nice drink.
So this is number two, which is Deanston 15. I've never tasted Deanston, but a 15 should be a fairly good representation of what they do.
Less aroma than...
Yeah. Not as strong.
No, it's a little thinner.
I don't mean to suggest that the Oban 18 is strong, but this is...
Yeah, just from smell.
And slightly medicinal. You smell it? Like...
The smell maybe, but the
Yeah.
taste is not medicinal. It's
I haven't tasted it.
it's almost sweet.
It's got a bit of a burn to it.
Yeah, it does. You can feel
And
it.
then a sort of a different after, like finishes. It gets mild. That was,
I thought the Oban had more more of a burn to it than
yeah.
Oh, really?
the Deanston.
No, I didn't, but I'll try again. So
So-
number 3, they're going up north in the Speyside. Cardew.
Cardew.
It's a nice smell too, but again,
But different.
quite mild.
Kind of similar to the Deanston by,
It's almost
yeah.
a wet grass smell. I mean, it's different than all the other 7 or 8 we've had.
You notice Stu and I are moving away from the friend here. Next thing he'll be saying,
Very, very.
Fresh mowed lawn.
Yeah. No, it just
cashews.
has some kind of a country smell to it.
That could be a good thing or a bad
Yeah.
thing.
Damn.
Cows are country.
I think of maybe forest.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and quite mild.
It's decent.
Yeah.
It's very drinkable. I mean, it's something that doesn't knock you back on your heels.
Yeah, I think these two have been drinking already because
No,
they're
no,
unusually garrulous.
Yeah,
There's a word.
yeah, there's one. Put that
Big
in
word.
here.
Oh, this is a nice smell again now. Klein leash.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, some of them have a smell that's just a smell. Some of them have a smell that suggests character in it.
Yeah.
It's a very nice smell.
Yeah.
Bit of a burn on the finish.
For sure.
So there's a sense of heat when you're drinking it, but the heat never comes. It's sort of like
Not as much as the Oban.
Yeah.
I
I
never
didn't-
sensed much heat
I
in the
didn't.
oven.
Near did I.
No?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it could be I just missed it. I'll try again.
I'll just have
Yes.
to have more.
Yeah, I'll have
Yes.
more. But apparently that Oban 18 is only sold in the States. Why? I have
Why is
no
that?
idea. I have no idea. The 14 is the standard product. And that's a nice dram, but nice. Again, it's a nice clean dram, so.
Yeah, I guess I get the burn later.
Further down your throat.
Further down,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, I get that. The back of my mouth and,
Yeah. It's very smooth,
oh, it's lovely.
Yeah.
that 18.
That's a good drink.
Yeah, that would be top of my list there. Quite like the Klein Leash too.
Mm-hmm.
Never had one before.
Me neither. So number 2 was a Deanston. This time through it's still got a bit of a clinical smell. And still, I still find that burn right off the
Yeah.
bat with the Deanston. It's not unpleasant, it's nice, but quite like it. Can't do a finished. I think Alien's short changing me and my pores.
Yeah, why don't you check some of ours?
Well, they're all good. I
Yeah,
have to
oh,
say.
excellent.
Cleanish. I think I know
Yeah.
how I would vote.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I know. Also.
Okay. How, what do you say, Stu? What's your favourite?
The Oban.
Worst one?
Oh, well, there aren't any bad ones.
Oh, what was the second best?
I'd say the Deanston was second best. I'd put the Klein Leash third and Cardew fourth.
Okay, Steve, you. what you-
I'm 143, and I mean 1-4-2-3.
I almost said the same.
So your favourite? Oh, I'm
Was
not
the
sure. I got
Oban,
this right.
Oban,
Oban, yes.
Clemish,
Oh, no.
and then
And Deanston.
Kingston, and I look at my glasses.
No, you're
Pardon?
doing this
Yeah.
based on those numbers.
Yeah,
I'm looking
yeah.
for
Oh, sorry.
which
Name.
your order of preference.
Oh, yeah, that's my order of preference. Yeah.
Well, I still don't have it. So
Okay,
number
number
one
one.
is number one is Oban. Number
Yep.
2 is Kleinlich,
Which is
which is the fourth one
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
and then the second one, which is
Deanston.
Deanston,
And,
and 3, which is
Cardew.
Cardew. Okay, so here's the good
Different.
news. Everybody voted.
Excuse
Sorry.
me.
Were you saying something?
no,
It was just
he
him.
sneezed, I think.
Sorry. Allergies,
Priest
what can I
needs-
say?
Yeah. Me too.
So Oban won.
Yeah.
Everybody voted for Oban.
Okay.
Good. Everybody voted for Cardew.
Number 2.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody voted for Cardew as the fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, 4th. Okay. Yeah.
You would think
Okay. And
a simple thing like numbers would be fairly easy to handle, but we
Yeah.
don't. See, it's maybe the whiskey.
Yeah, could be.
We have a
Could be.
few
I
more
could've-
whiskies that'll get
Could have
easier.
dealt with the numbers earlier, but now perhaps
We'll
not.
start
And
writing
then-
code.
And
soon
then
as
we
have a few
had
more.
the usual swap. So I rated Kleinlich as number 2,
Mhm.
second, and Deanston as number 3. Steve had exactly the same rating. Stu had Deanston as number 2, and Kleinlich as number 3.
Yeah, they're
Now I
close. I couldn't
confess,
tell the difference.
when I was doing this,
Mhm.
I could have gone
Oh,
2 and
yeah.
3 the other ways, but I will now adjudicate.
Adjudicate. Well,
Another fine word.
I
I
will
don't know what
revisit the decision.
Here,
I don't know what it means, but it's.
you're-
Don't. What are you doing?
I'm going to give you this
What is this?
because you got poured so light.
Oh, yeah, well, I may have done. I may have been joking. I told
Oh,
her.
okay.
I told her this time that the last pours were too light.
Oh, they were just
Oh,
fine.
I see. Well, these are a little.
Yeah, these are a
Little
little
more
Yeah.
more than generous.
So what the hell am I drinking now? One. I'm drinking
Yeah.
Oban.
Yeah.
I don't need to drink Oban. I'll drink that in a minute.
Uh-oh.
2.
You can. I have some left if you want.
2's gone. 3's gone. 4 is almost gone.
Well, take any one of those 3 if you want to.
That's good stuff.
I've got no
number
major
4.
disease and
You've got a
you'll be
major
good.
disease.
I don't. Turn it up.
Not that, not that you know about.
Well,
Oh yeah, of
Oh, I
course.
heard you, but it's funnier the way I did it.
That's right, okay.
yeah, I still prefer 2 over.
Okay.
I would stick with the Kleinlich as number 2. I think it's good. I think they're all good.
Yeah.
I mean, if the only thing I had, I was in a cave and the only thing I had was a Cardew, I'd be fine.
I'd be happy.
Yeah, right.
If some wandering minstrel came by and gave me
Yeah.
one of the others, I'd be
No, you know,
happy as well.
I think the reason I put the Deanston second, it has a kind of unique taste to it. It has something else in it that, you know, it's not just a strong or less strong whiskey, but it has a, and I noticed it in the nose as well. I mean, it's almost like there's a,
Yeah, it's very good.
There's a nice smell, but to me there's a sort of hint of clinic in the smell.
yeah, I didn't get clinic. I got more like, I don't know, candy. It was almost sweet, you know, like very nice. All of them.
All good.
Yeah, they're all good.
All of them very nice.
I wouldn't, in terms of complexity, I find way more complexity in some of the peaty things like Corryvreckan or
Sure.
Yeah.
an Ugadal, which isn't to say these things are bland, but Just a comment.
Mhm.
Well,
Well, I think the peat adds an extra dimension.
right.
You know, it just adds that whole other opportunity for differences in flavor and.
Yeah, because I saw that in both of the Lagavulins. No, I didn't see as much complexity in either of them, more in the 12-year-old than the 16, which seems like a little odd. If you could get something that good out at 12 years and sell it for so much,
Why?
why the
Why
hell would
wait?
you make a 16-year-old?
Yeah, right.
Because a 16's not cheap. I mean, it's $100.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, if you're not looking for sensory overload, like Arberg and some of those, I would say some of these
well, it's
milder, I call them milder scotches are nice choices.
yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting it. If you're seriously drinking scotch and studying it as you're drinking it,
Yeah.
paying attention to what you're doing while you can,
Well, it's still possible.
it's the peaty ones I think offer more than
Yeah.
non-peaty. Specifically the Ardbegs, but even the Lagavulins, I'm sure if you just focused on them, you'd see all kinds of nuance and
You'd have visions, that's what
Things
he's trying to say.
Yeah. Well, the peaty ones bring all new chemicals into the scotch that aren't available some of the others, so it makes sense to be totally different tasting.
But from an overall drinking point of view, if you go to the pub and you buy any one of these,
You'll be disappointed.
unless you're a loony, you'll think it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, no
Indeed.
question.
So, anything else you'd like to add before I
No?
turn the camera off?
No.
They're becoming more and more verbose as the weeks and months
Yeah.
go on. Or maybe it's the winter.
It's
Maybe
it's the cumulative
Yeah,
effect
it's
of
the-
the Scotch tasting.
Or it's
it's
or it's about time.
We're sort of we're
Well,
ramping up gradually.
well, it could be. It's getting to be cold here now. It's getting to be
Well,
sort of
Yeah,
wintry.
it's terrible. It's
And it-
almost
It
70.
could be that
No,
they come
it's
into that element because they're
harsh
both
weather.
they're
Yes.
both from the north.
I got my muck
One
out just
Canadian
in
and
case.
one Oregonian, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, I was from Scotland, which is quite far north, but not as. It's more damp than cold.
Well, what do you think Oregon is?
Oh, I don't.
Dry?
No.
Never been accused of that.
Anyway, lovely stuff. Thank you.
Indeed.
Well, in summary, then, I've rearranged these bottles to the order in which we voted. Everybody, the thing that was unanimous was everybody preferred the Oban 18, and it's certainly a nice drink. And the worst of the lot, worst being a relative term, was the Cardew. But that doesn't mean the Cardew is bad. It just means in this company, everybody liked Cardew, but they liked Oban better. And two of us voted for the Clynelish and one for the Deanston. They're all good. They're all very nice drams. In terms of money, the Oban is $120. The Clynelish is $72. The Deanston is $100, and the Cardew is only $55. So, hell of a bargain. The Cardew. Sometimes we rank things, and if you look at the results, it's the most alcohol by volume to the lowest, which tends to suggest it's alcohol. In this case, Stu had this guy, then this guy, then this guy, then the Cardew. And if you look at the price, he's got expensive tastes because this is the most expensive. He's in exact order of the price. Steve and I are not. So I'm not sure. You might get Cardew here. You're more likely to get an Oban 14 at a bar than you are the Oban 18. Not sure about Deanston and Clynelish. I think if you've got a whiskey pub nearby, you're in good shape. If not, look for some place that's got, from a homework point of view, look for some place that's got the Oban 14. Because the Oban 18 is just a more complex but more expensive version of the 14, but the 14 is a lovely dram too. You might get the Cardew and the Oban 14, but do your best, get out there and drink. Give us a like or subscribe if you can. So next week we're going to go back to Islay. We're going to look at peaty whiskies again, starting in Port Charlotte, going over to Kilcoman, then Bowmore, and finally Lagavulin. So we've tasted Lagavulin before, but in a different company, so that should be interesting. And we'll see you then.